"Fourscore and 7 years ago, there was a Canadian who created a very fun live stream. This is such live stream. Hope you guys enjoy." Okay, that went farther than I thought it would. Hello, everyone. Anyone here? Yep. But anyways, welcome to my stream. Hello to my amazing fans, nerds, geeks, however you guys want to identify. You are welcome in this chat to lurk, hang out, chat, listen to me ramble about nonsense, listen to me talk about Batman things. So I know you guys love Batman. Hope you guys are having a great time so far, and hope this day is treating you right. It's great to have this amazing community that I just totally adore. I mean, you guys always come through for me, and I just really enjoy doing these streams with you guys and talking with you and figuring out new ideas and come up with new ways to think of DC Comics, think of pop culture. Hey, we even talk about MCU stuff sometimes. It's always a really fun time. Yeah, hope everyone's having an amazing day. I know it's Wednesday. You're halfway through the week now, guys. You can do it. You got this. Yeah, this idea was kind of born from some well, one of my viewers from my last stream mentioned some different ranking ideas, and I mean, who here doesn't like Batman and Batman villains? It's a very fun niche, I gotta say. You know, it's just such a great time, and we always seem to find ways of just chatting things out and some being a great community and being a supportive community. And hey, uh, I'm glad some you guys are enjoying the James Gunn video I've made so far. I've been waiting on doing that for a bit. I know I mentioned it in a previous stream, but yeah, that was something I've been waiting to put out to the universe for a while now, and I'm glad that it's getting the conversation going about DC Comics. I'll just wait a little bit while I let some people spill in before I start doing, the whole Batman ranking thing. Because I really want to have this chance to really do it live with you guys, like I always do. I like how you guys react to what I say and uh, how you guys maybe provide some different perspective. I mean, even when I'm doing like would you rather questions, you guys tend to pop up and give me some questions that I never thought of, and it helps spur that conversation even more. Now, I wonder which Batman villain would you guys think I would be best as? I could see Emma probably the Riddler because Emma he's the most popular character on my channel, but I mean I do a good Joker laugh. Yeah, I like to imitate Mark Hamill's Joker laugh when I can. Oh, and for people who haven't caught some one of my previous streams, I did do an exercise where I created an ideal Justice League. Kind of, the idea of DC has a huge pantheon of characters, and sure, we have one Justice League that's kind of been the regular, but I like to sort of take all the heroes and kind of mesh them in and see what's the best combination would be. Yeah. So at the top of that, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman are still my top three, and I do think that we do need sort of an expert in everything mystical. So I do include Doctor Fate in that as well. And of course, I have to put Martian Manhunter on the team. I mean, the guy is pretty OP. He's one of those guys that can really throw down with Superman. And like he has all the powers you'd ever need, shapeshifting especially. And I chose the Barry Allen Flash for my ideal Justice League as well because I can't help them but go for some originals. It sort of builds the nostalgia a bit. Oh, and welcome into to the people who are just joining. Feel free to like and subscribe. It's great to see you here. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the chat as well. But yeah, if you missed it, my ideal Justice League is Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Doctor Fate, Martian Manhunter, the Barry Allen Flash, and I haven't gotten to it just yet, but the John Stewart Green Lantern is also part of the sort of ideal superhero team that I'm looking at. And of course, I'm curious what your ideal Justice League lineup is. Hello, my friends, and I love your videos. Thank you, thank you very much there. Yeah, it's great, great to see you, Anwell. And I'm happy to have you on the stream. I mean, it's always fun having you guys sort of chiming in and giving me new ideas. We are particularly huge fans of your Riddler videos. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad that that you were enjoying those. I know that I got a comment recently that I should do a part two of my POV date with the Riddler, and that's something that I'm actually considering doing right now. And it's one of those things that's on the list, and I just need to find some time and get to it. But I do love talking with my Riddler fans. Riddle fans. It's great to have you on this stream. Yeah, I do love being some of the different characters like Riddler, Condiment King, Batman, Superman, and some of the others. That I like to sort of bring into the channel and just play around with and put them in situations you'd never expect. So it's always a fun time. And now that I have more people in, I might as well go to where I was going before, which I had open a moment ago. Give me 1 second. So, ranking Batman villains is fun, and he is probably the best rogues gallery in all of DC Comics. That's what I definitely think for sure, because he has such a huge range. It's like he's the Spider-Man of DC, because Spider-Man has this huge array of villains that maybe an Iron Man or other characters don't have. And I mean, he's it's just a huge lineup. Normally on these rankings, I would go from bottom to top, but I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose today. So let's start with the obvious number one, the Joker. He's the clown prince of crime, the guy that Batman fights the most. When you think Batman, you think of the Joker in terms of his nemesis. And I mean, Mark Hamill really made him sort of an iconic character as well. when you think of Joker, you think of Hamill's incredible laugh, and it sort of brought Joker much more into the mainstream, and it made him sort of one of the not just DC Comics' most popular characters, but like popular all across the board. You even see Joker now in things like Mortal Kombat, and I believe Hamill has voiced some of that. Injustice, of course, featured the Joker in a huge role. And I mean, Cesar Romero did his own sort of iconic job with him in the original series, sort of making him someone that people can laugh about and people got to know a little bit more about. And I mean, it is fun to debate whether the Joker is, actually insane or if he's just one of those cold and calculated villains who just has a niche. He just acts insane, in order to get preferential treatments, which I've actually seen a psychologist on YouTube mention a while ago. It's just a sort of a fun deep dive that you can really do. He's been in so many movies too that it's really impossible not to know the Joker. And that laugh, of course, as I mentioned above, is just so fun to do. And to think, I mean, he was originally supposed to be a one-off character as well. Hello, watch me go insane. Though second place is actually a really interesting conversation for me. I could go with so many villains. I mean, from the very start, it was always Joker, then Penguin, but that's not where I'm going today. So here's a little drum roll for the next one. I have Bane as my second most iconic Batman villain. He's one of the only villains who actually, in his own words, broke the bat. He has strength, but he's also extremely cunning, which makes him a very fascinating character. Ooh, Bane. Yeah. Yeah, Bane is just such a I mean, he's almost he's such an amazing character that he's almost underutilized by DC Comics. Actually, give me 1 second. Forgot to stock up on water when I'm doing this live stream. That's fun. The Dan Kearns live stream reminds you to hydrate. Yeah, where was I on Bane? He has strength, but he's also extremely cunning, which makes him a fascinating character to me. And I mean, the look of Bane is just so iconic too, with those tubes and that mask that looks almost like a classic sort of wrestler's mask. It's something that I've been looking at possibly getting for my collection in the future because I'd love to, be able to wear that in skits to do Bane. And Bane has sort of this intimidating presence where you just don't really want to run into him, Not to mention the Nightfall storyline is truly stuff of legends, and on that, I mean, I'm super looking forward to the Nightfall movie, or I guess it's a 3-part animated movie, which is I think it's going to be really fun to see what they do with that. And I mean, it is worth noting that Bane was chosen for Christopher Nolan's trilogy. I'm stumbling over my words already. That's fun. I haven't finished reading Nightfall yet, but the new movie looks awesome. Yeah, I highly recommend going through that comic because it's really an amazing thing, and it's one of those storylines that I've been waiting for DC to do for a long time. I mean, they did do Flashpoint and some others, which I am encouraged by the fact that they're sort of capitalizing on some of those, like the demise of Superman, for example. But now, third on my list has to go with Ra's al Ghul. This, I mean, is a villain that has really sort of gained a following over the last bit. He was a sort of this mysterious character in the Batman animated series. And again, Christopher Nolan decided to use him in the first movie, Batman Begins, in order to sort of set up Bruce's whole storyline, which really sort of lends to the fact that he needs to be like near the top of this list. He's a very important character to the Batman lore. And I mean, it is worth noting that the show on the CW Arrow made him a main antagonist as well. And I mean, this was a villain that originally was meant to be sort of like this James Bond villain. Again, this mysterious man from sort of this Middle Eastern area. He's this whole mystery, and nobody knows much about him. And so far, that feeling has really held up with Roz or Raish or however DC Comics wants to pronounce him, because for whatever reason we have never had like a strong number one sort of pronunciation of his name. It's always flipped between I am Ra's al Ghul, I am Raish al Ghul, or I'm just the demon's head, you know? He can torture you mentally. He's awesome physically, and that cape he wears, that green thing is just it's super awesome. I mean, it's Emma. When you see it, you really think of Ra's al Ghul. That's again another costume piece that I've been hoping to get, but all I've found so far is not great materials. You know. Plus, I mean, the whole Bruce and Talia thing is certainly adds sort of a interesting sort of wrench into their relationship as well, which allows you to sort of delve deeper into the whole Bruce is the uh, heir to the demon's head and all this, which again, Arrow did that as well in their storylines. And as I mentioned before, he's a bit of an exotic villain, which makes him sort of fascinating. He's someone that has a bit of lore about him, but yeah, you can sort of fill in the gaps as well about the League of Shadows. And you also sort of hear the reverence in the way that DC Comics characters sort of refer to the League of Shadows. It's this feared thing, but it's also like there are also like proud. It's kind of like a society that is respected, I guess, for its lethality or things like that. But yeah, someone please give me a proper pronunciation of his name, because we can't just keep flipping. I'm Ra's al Ghul. I am Raish al Ghul. Even though I guess there would be multiple pronunciations for different cultures, so maybe it's fine. Maybe I'm just complaining. But yeah, if you guys have a preferred pronunciation, feel free to let me know in the comments. Which it's weird. I'm pointing at the thing, but it's pointing the opposite direction. Oh well. But fourth overall, and you'll like this. And well, I have to go with the Riddler, just under Ra's al Ghul. He has a fun rivalry with the Joker to start with. Also, I mean, as mentioned, he's a big hit on this channel, and so he has to sort of make my early mentions for my top Batman villains. Yay! You know what? Victory dance on that one. Let's go. Riddler. 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 Yeah, he has a fun rivalry with the Joker to start with. He's a hit on this channel. I mean, I love how you guys just enjoy seeing him put in different situations, especially when I had Batman finally face off with him a couple times, including in that some Arkham Knight style, funny way to test his patience a little bit. And gotta say, I feel like Jim Carrey actually did a decent job with him, but overall, I'm still waiting for sort of like an iconic Riddler performance, like beyond the animated series or beyond Arkham Knight, or which, side note, those Riddler missions are insane. There's just way too many of them. So that's my one little crux there. But yeah, he's always been a key part of Batman's rogues gallery. And he's one of the only villains who can match wits with Batman and Batman's intelligence, which again sort of lends to the whole interest of his character. He's one of the smartest guys in Gotham, and that makes him super dangerous as well. And I mean, the fact that he's just a man too, like he's not like King Shark, this mutated shark thing, or he's not like Killer Croc, who has these sharp teeth and looks like a crocodile. He's a man who uses his intelligence and uses his love of riddles to go after Batman, which to me makes him a very interesting and fun character. I love Arkham Knight Riddler, even though he ticks me off. Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, it is funny to see him pop up on screen every once in a while, where you're just like, he's like, come on, come back to my missions, detective. And it's like, no, I'm doing the main storyline. I will get back to you. But you can't help but laugh as well, you know? But yeah, Riddler's psychosis is a fun ride, and it's interesting to see what sort of riddles he comes up with. And again, his costume is like totally unique and identifiable. I mean, whenever I wear it, it seems to always sort of spark the something in you guys, which I absolutely love. So again, I'm looking forward to bringing Riddler out more. That POV with the Riddler Part 2 is going to be coming eventually. Sorry, I thought I saw something stroll by, but nope. Squirrel. That's my brain sometimes, and that's why I have this for my script, so I don't forget saying things. But yeah, Riddler makes fourth on my list. Who is fifth? Well, let's get into that next. I have to go with Mr. Freeze. He's cold, but he's also sort of this deep character. He's the kind of villain that in many instances you almost sort of root for. The guy who gets, betrayed and sort of used for his power. And all he's trying to do is save his wife, the one that he's been keeping in cryo for years. This guy that his whole mission is just one of love, but yet he's going about ways in sort of this cruel way, which does kind of mix with the whole character. He needs to save his Nora. He's a real tragic villain, and that makes him interesting to me. He's lasted a lifetime as a Batman villain, and even survived Arnold Schwarzenegger's puns. Oh gosh, that movie. That movie. There are times where I wish that they can just make that non-canon. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of Mr. Freeze, being a quippy character, because he needs to have this cold heart. He needs to be intimidating in the fact that he doesn't feel anything. He can't just be like a Spider-Man. I would love to see a modern take on him in theaters. Me too. I mean, when they were looking at the Batman Part Two, I know that some one of the things that some was brought up in rumors was doing a Mister Freeze some sort of adventure as part of that, and I was like, oh yeah, please give me that. But unfortunately, it was like they just kind of went in a different direction, which I also don't hate because I'm looking forward to seeing what some they do with Two Face and some of the other uh, villains or whoever they're looking to bring in with them. And I mean, freezing things solid is sort of a fun power to have in your hand as well. And we've seen it some in a few times in DC Comics where they really like the ice powers. You know, you got Frost, you got some Captain Cold, you got Mister Freeze, you got Icicle. DC really has a thing with them ice powers, you know. Not that I hate it. As I say, it's a really cool idea to have, and gotta admit, the way they use Mister Freeze in the Lego Batman games too, it allows for so much more chaos because you can just turn block characters into blocks of ice. I did that a lot with my sister. I like to mess with her and just kind of freeze her in place whenever I play Mister Freeze. But yeah, we are now halfway through my list. Feel free to like and subscribe, everyone. It truly helps this channel, and I'm so happy to see all of you here, hanging out, having fun, enjoying me rambling about Batman villains. Batman villains are so much fun to talk about, you know. It's just a really fun time. But yeah, next up after Mr. Freeze, I have to go with someone I mentioned earlier, the Penguin. And I'm putting him at number 6 on my list. He's been one of Batman's sort of most well-known villains, and he operates beyond what most of Batman's villains really are. Penguin is a businessman. He's not like a deranged psycho character. He's not some. He doesn't have powers. He doesn't have anything beyond just being this criminal mastermind, which I gotta say really makes him an interesting character in that as well. He can sort of guide Gotham in the shadows, which also does have the same appeal for the Court of Owls, which again, little side rants. I've been waiting for for the Court of Owls to be adapted for a very long time for DC Comics. So I guess James Gunn, there's another idea for you. After I kind of called you out in my last video, hope you still you still like this channel if you ever did, please. But yeah, Penguin is a businessman. He's the evil entrepreneur. He's also one of Batman's most well dressed villains at that. And now I wish I hadn't thrown my top hat away. Actually, I can reach that. He's a very dapper villain. And his iceberg lounge really gives bad guys sort of some sanctuary. And he's not necessarily a crackpot or an asylum inmate, as I mentioned earlier. He's this guy who just sort of does things in his own unique way. Plus, I will have to mention that the Penguin was a hit some HBO show as well. It's always Joker and Penguin in the original shows, and I have to still give Penguin the respect of putting him not at the top, but like in sort of this middling ground, sort of where he belongs in the present day DC Comics iterations. And when I was going through this list, I realized I haven't put any female villains yet, which I'm going to correct very quickly with this next one. Seventh overall, I have to go with Harley Quinn. I know I'm sort of stretching villain as she's more of like an antagonist, but I still like her. I mean, she was popular enough to get her own Injustice storyline, and also, I mean, she's also popular enough to lead her own sort of comedy animation show as well, which I'm sure you guys have heard of. And come on, who doesn't think of her in that giant hammer that she holds as well? I love Harley. Yep, she's just a really fun character. Like, I know on one of my streams, someone mentioned that she was kind of the one of the pet peeve characters for her, but overall, I feel like Harley is like this zany character. You can just do so much with her. Can't forget the hit animated show that I mentioned before that bears her name. She's and I mean being a doctor too. There's this fun mix of like chaos, but also like this intelligence where she almost knows that she can do better, but she has this psychosis from the Joker as well. She's a character you can really sort of watch and just not have to really think too much, really. I mean, she may have been born from the Joker, but she's no longer in his shadow. And next up, I have to go with the Scarecrow. This is another villain that uses his wits and smarts against Batman. And I mean, his suit is super cool, and it's something I don't think that Marvel has really sort of replicated as of yet. He has this iconic baggy look to him that has been carried over through many series, Titans, and some the first Nolan Batman Begins movie, which I was going to mention. I mean, his presence in Arkham Knight was truly intimidating, and I mean, it's not a Batman villains list without him. Sorry, I'm late. What did I miss? Well, feel free to watch back, but what I had Joker on top of my list. And then let me just go back through it very quickly. I put Bane second overall. I had Ra's al Ghul third overall. Fourth overall, I went with the Riddler. Fifth overall, I had Mr. Freeze. Penguin was number 6. Seventh overall, I went with Harley Quinn. And right now, I'm on to Scarecrow, one of those villains that uses his wits and smarts against Batman, and has a really cool suit. Just something that Marvel has not done so far, and something that some DC makes DC villains sort of unique. He had this intimidating presence in Arkham Knight that was just impossible to, it was impossible to ignore the fact that to this day, some of his intimidating quotes are still read. It's not a Batman villains list without him. Show your tear, brother man. I very much am, and glad you like the hat as well. But it is getting my head hot now. But again, Scarecrow is a villain that Nolan has sort of used in his first Batman movie, which does elevate him up the list as well. It does sort of say something. The Riddler and Scarecrow tapes in Arkham are so good. Yeah, Arkham Knight just had this really amazing cast of villains. I mean, Riddler, Scarecrow. Even though the Jason reveal was obvious, it was still fun to see that they actually used him in a game, because Jason has been sort of sidelined by DC for a long time. especially in the Batman animated series, because they saw him as sort of maybe almost too intense. But yeah, when you think of Scarecrow, you can immediately picture him. He has a Halloween vibe to him too, and I don't think it would be surprising to any of you guys that Halloween is one of my favorite seasons of the year. I wonder why. I like to dress up as villains and heroes. I wonder why I would enjoy Halloween. But yeah, let's go back to another female villain on my ninth overall. I have to go with Poison Ivy. I mean, she has many ways of being a threat to Batman, from her plants to her wiles that I won't get into further because YouTube content guidelines probably will flag me. I would rather my channel survive, you know. I am still trying to hunt for those 4,000 watch hours, you know. But I mean, also the environmental conscience of this character really sort of makes her a bit of a deeper character as well. And again, she was a character that through the Arkham games sort of had her own arc, and she kind of evolved, and you got to see a lot more of the depth of her character. Bumble Pumpkins. As a kid, I really liked Penguin and Riddler. I think they're fun. Yeah, they're both sort of different sides of the same coin. They're both just men, but they both have like their own ways of handling crime. Riddler has like this obsession with needing to be the smartest guy in the room and uh, needing to trick people with riddles, while Penguin sort of sits in the shadows and orchestrates things. Even in the Batman, when he had his whole birds stealing stuff storyline, which yeah, that was a thing. But yeah, I really like Penguin as a villain overall. And back to Poison Ivy. I mean, I gotta admit, she's one of Batman's most powerful villains as well. She's got that strength. She's able to command plants. She's a real threat to Batman in so many ways. And when she and Harley team up, look out, Gotham, because it's about to be a chaotic time. And on that as well, I think their relationship between Harley and Poison Ivy really makes for an interesting storyline in itself. You don't expect this sort of more well-adjusted villain to be with someone who's a little more crazy, but they kind of level each other out in a way. What do I think of Sophia in the Penguin series? I think she's actually a very sort of interesting, sort of deep character, and I liked sort of the way that they explored it a little bit. Poison Ivy is a fun character. I think they should make her more plant based. I like how in the Harley Quinn show they give her a plant similar to Aubrey. Yeah, I agree with you there. I'd like to see more instead of just her like caring for plants. She needs to be like sort of connected to it. She needs to almost be connected to the green, which could make for like a good way to sort of tie in Swamp Thing later, which especially works well for this whole gods and monsters theme, which James Gunn has been sort of pushing this last bit. I think they should give her an origin similar to Seymour Krelborn. Now I need to doodle. Let's hope I don't mistype this. Oh, right. Forgot about that. Whole arc. And I would sort of add sort of this depth to Poison Ivy, making her much more of a tragic villain, which does lend well to the list because I already mentioned that Mr. Freeze earlier has the appeal of sort of being this villain you root for. So, in a way, if we did an origin like that, then we'd be, sort of making the audience relate to her a lot more. I'm not caught up with Absolute Batman, but I was hoping she was a human controlled by the plants. Yeah, I'm still sort of working my way on that as well. So I'm with you there. There's so much of the absolute universe that I feel like I'm so behind on. But getting back to my list, last on my list, I have to go with Firefly. I actually don't really know what it is about him. He just sort of has this appeal that kind of interests me. Maybe I'm not really sure because maybe it's the nostalgia because I saw him like early on in the Batman animated series, and maybe I sort of got some more interested in seeing more about this character. And I was sort of excited when they cast Firefly in the Batgirl movie because again, that's a character that I think hasn't been used enough. I mean, he does have a cool costume, and again, like he has a niche of his own. If Mr. Freeze is freezing things, he's the one that's setting things on fire. It's like the heat wave versus, or not versus, heat wave and Captain Cold sort of thing. And as I mentioned, he's a villain that I don't think gets very much airtime, which is unfortunate because I feel like they put a lot of thought into this character, and that's someone that I think that people could really root against. Well, I don't know if you want to root for an arsonist, but I like Firefly. I wish Batgirl came out. I love Brendan Fraser. It could have been interesting. Yeah, uh, same here. I mean, I was shocked when they decided to just take the movie and shelve it. I know they said it was not great, but like you made you made Supergirl, Batgirl, but Batgirl doesn't get her own storyline. She doesn't get to live out her whole arc. We're just gonna use that as a tax write-off. What are we doing here? Again, sorry, James Gunn, but I do not get that decision unless it was made before you were around. I can't remember. I liked in the Batman cartoon how they based him off Natural Firefly. That makes sense. I mean, it is kind of. I mean, his suit really does resemble it, and like having the whole glowing powers as well. As well. It was fascinating at the very end when they made him sort of this tragic villain where he couldn't go anywhere without setting things on fire with just his feet and his the fact that his whole body was just basically fire at that point. But yeah, this is my top 10 Batman's Batman villains list. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you have a villain that you'd put higher? Is there a villain that I didn't put on this list that you think is worthy of the top 10 list? Is there a villain that maybe you grew up with that you'd like to see them use more in movies? Batgirl should have been one of those projects brought from the old universe. They didn't know who Batman was going to be when making it. It would have been very easy to sort of shift it to the new universe. Makes sense. Yeah. I mean, you could sort of almost use Batgirl as like a springing off point. You could introduce her and then maybe do like a prequel where where we see the whole Batman storyline play out. Maybe it's similar to the Batman where he's less established. Even though I know James Gunn wants more of like an older Batman to mix with the younger Superman, which it's a choice. I'm interested to see how that choice plays out for sure. Exactly. Yeah. Glad we're on the same page on that one. Kind of surprised I got through this list in 45 minutes. It took me forever writing. I'm writing this list. It was like, okay, this villain. Oh wait, no, I got to put this one higher. No, oh wait, no, this one's too high now, and I got to pull them down because Batman just has so many villains. It's like I can't put disrespect on this, or this, and an honorable mention would definitely have been like the Court of Owls because if I could do like villain teams, or organizations, them and the League of Shadows would be their own thing, which would make for an even more interesting list. Because like, obviously I put Ra's higher than the League of Shadows, but where do I put the League of Shadows in terms of the other villains? It would make for a very interesting deep dive. I definitely have to say. Oh, and thanks for the likes. Reminder: anyone that pops in, feel free to like and subscribe. It does help this channel a lot, and it's great to have everyone here enjoying the stream. Refreshing water. And as a hint, in a little bit, I'll be going through some of the top weird Batman villains. Just a little plug to keep you guys waiting, but not like waiting too long, because I respect all your time, obviously. You guys are an amazing community. It's always fun chatting with you, and I love that you guys come up with new ideas for skits that I had never thought of, or movie ideas, or fan cast ideas. It's just really fun. It's very conflicting with the heroes in the new DCU. Like Superman is a new gen hero, which could work if the JSA were the old gen. But Hal and other Justice League members are older, which seems weird. Yeah, gotta admit, the timeline is kind of all over the place. Because like Superman is a founding member, but also as you say, like if we had some the Jay Derricks and some the Hour Man and some the Justice Society, we'd be so much sort of, it would make a lot more sense. But I know Gunn's trying to sort of take properties that he thinks are less known and trying to elevate them, but it's kind of also led to a timeline that's like here, 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 and hope you understand. Which I guess still isn't as bad as the MCU. Okay, watch all of these Disney Plus shows if you want to understand what's happening in this one movie. That process just, I'm kind of glad they slowed down the MCU in that case. I wish Gunn would just release an official timeline. Yeah, definitely. It would be nice just to sort of know where everything fits in his universe, and like maybe even to give us hints on where he's planning to go in the future. Because like Marvel is throwing out full slates. We're seeing a Ghost Rider movie years in the future. Blade was talked about for a while and then shelved, which was very, very unfortunate. Ooh, a movie that explains the timeline would be good too. Yeah, I mean, you could even make it like a time travel movie where uh, maybe it's the future superheroes, the Legion superheroes, going through the past of DC and learning things chronologically. And side note, that would allow you to sort of introduce the Legion of Superheroes as well, because I really like them as well. And you could have you could tie David Cornsword in, because there is a storyline where he gets visited by the Legion and has to face Brainiac, for example, or where he meets Brainiac 5 and has this whole existential moment of, hey, you're not actually my enemy. I think timing is the weakest part of this universe so far. We're dropped right in the middle, but we don't know who's active and who isn't. That's a very fair critique. I mean, I know that they were trying to sort of move things forward quickly, but while also sort of at the same time being planned. But it feels like we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants with a character show, character movie, guy. Hey, Lobo's here, which no critiques on Lobo because I really liked the casting that they had with Jason Momoa. It's just that I'd like to see where these characters fit in the universe, and I think that's fair for all of us fans. DC Comics fans are super loyal, as I mentioned in my last video. We keep coming back, but come on, respect us enough to actually tell us where everything fits. Why is this guy hero? I'm a here, and why is this person in a different timeline? And that's why I think that the idea that maybe melding Robert Pattinson's Batman into the universe would actually be a good thing, because then you'd have sort of Batman trying to figure out who he is, Superman trying to figure out who he is. You could do the universe the same, kind of like how Iron Man, Captain America, and everything else fit in with the MCU. Yeah, exactly. I think Gunn should have thought about the timeline a bit more, because as of now, everything feels so disconnected and confusing. Yeah, I mean, he basically went, uh, okay, Peacemaker was a big hit of this one movie. Let's do an entire series about him. Let's not explain why the DCEU and the DCU are still somewhat connected, but let's also just start doing doing whatever movies we feel like, and hopefully it all makes sense in the end. That's why I'm hoping that now with them Blue Beetle in Man of Tomorrow, and some of the and John Stewart in Man of Tomorrow, that they are really sort of building this connected universe a bit more. Maybe we have John Stewart explain, or hinted Batman. Maybe we have him explain the universe to Superman or to some of the other characters. I would love to see just Zachary Levi's Shazam just show up for a moment, just to be like, "Hey, why am I still here?" It would be pretty nice if Pattinson was DCU Batman. It would make things easier, and if being self-contained makes it way easier to just throw it into the main timeline. Yeah, I definitely agree there. And I mean, again, Pattinson's universe sort of gave rise to some of the other well-known villains like the Penguin, and the casting was really well done. So why not capitalize on that? I know Matt Reeve maybe wants to have his own thing, but if you're building your own universe and you want to a head start, take it. Don't just be like, yeah, well, he can be a multiverse story. Let's not explain any further. He's just existing. And side note, again, that goes towards my rant on the way the DC has handled the CW shows over the years, where it's like, let's take a hero away from you, never use them, and hope that one day a screenwriter wants to use them in a popular movie. It just makes no sense. Like, you can have a multiverse, you can have like a different animated universe than your movie universe. Fans will get it, but at the end of the day, just have a plan. Just give us a plan. Tell the DC fans what they're in for. Actually show up to different cons to let us know why things are the way they are. I don't mind a new Batman either, but it's been 2 years since Superman came out, and Batman seems to have been around for a while, considering Damian is Robin. So Batman is just as old as Hal. Yeah, again, it's a very weird mixed universe, and I just don't overly get it since yet. Hopefully, when they start producing more content, that we start to see a bit more of what they're doing. Like as I said in the video, I am encouraged by what they're doing with lanterns, but yeah, having Hal mentor in John Stewart means that Hal has been around for years. And has Hal been part of a Justice team? Like we have the Justice Gang in Superman, and Guy Gardner is there. Why is Guy Gardner there if Hal exists in this universe? Was Hal part of a superhero team before? Just give us something we can go off of. But yeah, that was my rant on James Gunn's sort of a way of running things lately. If you want to see even more in depth, and you haven't seen my new vid I posted, feel free to go check it out. So I think it's called James Gunn Has No More Excuses. Gotta plug my content, and well, while I'm here, might as well plug my merch as well. I've got mugs, I've got stickers, I've got Marco for Mayor buttons. Feel free to check out my shop on Fourth Wall. I believe you can find it on my channel as well. My theory is Guy is more like Alan Scott, as in he's not technically a Green Lantern, and is more sort of inspired. That's an interesting take. Yeah, I could see James Gunn doing that because I know that maybe he doesn't want to do the whole original Green Lantern is uh, has the weakness of wood thing, so maybe he's trying to sort of meld the Guy Gardner personality with the Alan Scott storyline. That could be. You make a good point. And yeah, new people that have dropped into the stream, feel free to like and subscribe. It helps the channel. Hope you guys can see that through my chandelier. That's I'm trying to block with my head a little bit. give my face more lighting. Don't wash me out. But yeah, so I've gone through my villain ranking. So I do have some would you rather questions for you guys that I feel like will be fun. I know I've done this in the last few streams, and it's led to some fun conversations. So you know what? Let's go. If you were a hero, would you rather face off with Batman's villains or Spider-Man's villains? I'll give you guys a moment in the chat to answer that, but I do have an idea of my own. Bonus, let's go. I was afraid the stream was over. Nope. I'm not done. I still got plenty of content for you, for you, especially that some weird Batman villain ranking that I mentioned. But yeah, would you rather face off with Peter Parker's villains or Bruce Wayne's? Personally, I'd actually I'm gonna have to go with Spider-Man's because I feel like Spider-Man's actually kind of sort of respects the hero as more. They in a way they almost hold back because they'd rather take down Spider-Man than they would Peter Parker, and that's can be said for some of Batman's villains. Like we've had Bane go at Bruce personally. I don't know. They're all so strong. I think both Spidey and Batman's villains would squash me. That's fair. Yeah. I mean, Doctor Octopus. I mean, that would be a tough battle. Just having all those. tentacle arms coming at you, trying to attack you at all angles. I'd probably go down too very quickly, but I guess I mean uh, Spider-Man's villains are they're almost like Flash villains in a way where he tries to reform them a bit more, which does say something about their mental health versus Batman villains who, well, let's just face it, you don't want to face off with the Joker. That guy is unpredictable, and you never know what you're getting with him. Spider-Man has super strength and stuff, but Joker would gas me. Yeah, very much agree there. He's yeah, both of those are interesting takes because like you kind of need super strength in order to face off with Spider-Man's villains, and it is surprising that for all the villains he has in New York that none of like the Avengers or X-Men or anyone ever really show up to help him. He's always just on his own, taking down one villain after the other, which I thought was really cool about Brand New Day as well. How we kind of had this montage with Tombstone and Shocker and Scorpion, who spoilers was a big part of the movie as well. I could probably talk my way out of confrontation from most of both their villains, to be honest. I can see that. Yeah, I mean, maybe you could convince Harley Quinn to let you go, or I think Poison Ivy could be reasonable. Mister Freeze, maybe. I would make them care about me, so they feel bad putting me in the dirt. That's yeah, that would work really well, because I mean, people don't hurt their friends. I mean, and maybe you go along with them a little bit, just kind of go, oh yeah, yeah, I'll definitely help you on one of these missions. I'll definitely be a Riddler goon or something for you, and then just like slowly back away like you're in Despicable Me. Oh, is that Agnes and Edith calling? I need to go now. Hey, Cold Shadow. Welcome to the stream. I've gone through my Batman villains list so far. If you want to know back what I had, it was Joker at the top. Then I believe I had Bane second overall. Then I believe I had Ra's al Ghul third overall. Oh, that's my Would You Rather. Who else did I have? Because there was a top 10. Yeah, I had Ra's al Ghul third overall. Fourth overall, I went with the Riddler. Fifth overall, I went with Mr. Freeze. Penguin was next, just under him. Seventh overall, I had Harley Quinn. Next after that, I went with the Scarecrow. Ninth overall, I went with Poison Ivy. And last but not least, I had Firefly, which I mentioned was someone that I was kind of surprised about. Well, not surprised, but I didn't know why I really liked him, but he's a character that I really enjoy. Well, because you missed everything, bro. The stream's over and you're in psychosis. You see, this is why I love you guys. You're just so fun. Wait, Stiltsman's a thing? No, Condiment King. Yeah, I did consider Condiment King, but Batman has just so many villains. It's just so hard to really narrow it down to a list. But I guess in your case, I'm gonna go. I shall go with a 11th overall, which shall be Condiment King, just because he's super fun to play. He has a fun voice that I love to do. He's a very iconic villain in his own way. Oh, geez, just some cracked me up. Ooh, yeah, I didn't even mention my ventriloquist. See, you see, where I struggle with this. It's like I got my top 10 list. Now all of a sudden, it's like, oh no, I didn't put this guy. I didn't put that guy. Where does this one fit? I really need like a top 30 list at this point. Because like, yeah, Mr. Scarface is another one that really deserves to be somewhere on my list as well. Yeah, he was a top 10 Bumble Fumpkins. That's it. That's exactly it. And yeah, if you want a recap of what we were just talking about, I asked the question: would you rather face off with Spider-Man's villains or Batman's villains? I found out about Snowflame. Yeah, that was me watching a solid JJ video where I first learned about that villain as well and had to do some research. Man, Batman has quite the as Bumble Fumpkins points out, Bat Jillion of villains. Batman 100%. Spider-Man got some sickos. That's an interesting take. I actually went the opposite because I feel like Spider-Man's villains more respect him, but you're right. I mean, like, there's so many characters that can just really mess you up in the Marvel universe too. It really does kind of feel like a lose-lose situation in a way if you face off with either of them, really. Solid JJ is good. Yeah, I do love his content. I mean, I gotta give him a shout out because Emma, between him and Ryan George and some others, really been the influences in sort of getting me into making comedy videos like the ones that I make. Doc Ock took his body and life. Yeah, uh, the mind swap thing was just insane. Ultimate was it Ultimate Spider-Man? I think it was called. Yeah, I mean, and that made Doc Ock even more intimidating because he could just be like, "I am now Peter Parker, and I shall face off in my own way. I shall take over his life forever." And the weird part was Peter let him do it in the end. Yeah, I really hate that storyline and the spider vampires. Oof. You see, Batman vampire good, Spider vampire not good, because like Batman makes more sense. He's this broody character. He's he has comparisons to Dracula. Spider Man is why? Though I actually I don't mind Marvel zombies, so there's that. Sorry if my sister is watching; she's not a huge fan of zombies. Now, if you guys were a villain, would you rather be a Batman villain or a Superman villain? Which hero would you rather face off with? I can already tell that someone's going to say that Superman would probably crush them in an instant, which fair unless you had kryptonite. It's the easiest fix, that kryptonite. Love me some MCU zombies. Yeah, it's a really fun storyline. Uh, between that and what DC did similarly, I like those storylines. But yeah, it's this. Would you rather? My question that I asked really confounded me. Just I'm like, yeah, Superman's tough, and he would really mess you up, but also like Batman will put you in in a coma. Like that guy has a no murder rule, but he sure does love brain damage. So it's like, where do I go here? I actually didn't have an answer for this one, so I'm just like, bad, bad. I'd be the one like, please don't punch me in the face, Batman. I was just trying to make an honest living. Yo, what's up, Goat? Good to good to see you too, No Drip Tom. It's great to have you on the stream. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I've gone through my Batman villain ranking list. I've just asked the question: would you rather be a Batman villain or a Superman villain? How's my day been? It's been actually pretty nice. The sun's actually shining for the first time in a couple days. We've had a couple overcast days, and also like it was super pouring the other day. We've had 2 days of rain, which flooded. Well, didn't really flood, but it got rid of a lot of it created a lot of puddles. Is what I'm trying to say in my own rambly way. Batman. They let them out of jail after a week or so. That's very true. Arkham is such an easy prison to get out of, or you can just trick them into thinking now, hey, I've reformed now. I'm good. I'm gonna go off into the working world like I'm the Riddler. Why am I doing this Flash thing? I don't know. Ooh, and on that, would you guys rather go to Arkham Asylum or the Phantom Zone? I feel like the answer to this is maybe a little more obvious, but both would suck in their own way. Now turns my head to hear Kitty snoring in the background. Good to hear my soothing voice is allowing them to rest. Maybe I need to make some more ASMR content. Arkham all day. Yeah, I'm gonna go with you there because it's like Phantom Zone. You're not escaping. You're not getting your chance out, and it's also like the way they did in Smallville is like super intimidating because you're basically in a wasteland. It reminded me of the way that some Supernatural did did Purgatory. I would be like Prankster or Toyman or Mr. Mitzius Spitlick. Man, that name is hard to say sometimes. Where I just really annoy Superman and troll him, but he can't really do anything about it. That would be fun. And I mean, you don't see Superman like punching Mr. Mitzius Spitlick. You see him like outwitting him, which does lead to you being a little more safe as a villain, I guess. Yeah, Joker would definitely do that if you were a normal person in Arkham. You'd have to like you'd be very careful about who you talk to and interact with, and even then, you probably wouldn't be safe. So that's a good point as well. As I say, they both really do suck. Supernatural reference. I'm almost done with season 9. Yeah, I can't remember what season I was on. I know I got got past Dick Roman. I think I was on the season after that. I can't remember now. If I was 1 or 2 seasons past that. Whatever one that had the one angel who was helping D Notes and working with the evil angel whose name I can't come up with because I haven't watched the show in a little while. Yeah, if you like my supernatural reference, I also did a Misha Collins DCU fan cast way back in time. Yeah, if you want to check that out later. Solid thumbs up. Would you guys rather have Wonder Woman's lasso of truth or all of Green Arrow's trick arrows? Gadriel, yes, that's it. You got it. It took me a while. The lore in that show is just there's so much, and I've been delving so much into DC that some of the supernatural stuff has been on the back burner. Though I really do need to get back to watching that show again. It was something I used to watch with my sister until she moved to another city and was doing some other stuff. So that could be a bit. Ooh, lasso. Yeah, you can do a lot with that. Tie up your villains. You can make them tell you where things are. Though I gotta say, I do like the boxing glove arrow as well. So that's what made it a tough choice for me. I'd pick Green Arrow's arrows. Yeah, see, there's benefits to both. It's a really fun choice either way. But I love to see that we have an interesting conversation going on it. I have to get good at shooting arrows, but sometimes Wonder Woman lasso lets her fly. So I think I would use that. Oh, I forgot about that point because she does sort of carry herself by it. I would be fascinated if I would be fascinated if James Gunn did the whole Wonder Woman's plane thing as well. Just explain why she has an invisible plane to start with. Lasso to sell to CIA, then I'd be rich like Batman. That and touche there. You could definitely make a lot of money off that. It's a very penguin-esque idea you got going on there. Must feel weird doing a hybrid of that where I'm wearing a Toronto Blue Jays shirt. Go Jays. Hopefully they make the playoffs. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think she uses it as a propeller. I remember in Wonder Woman 84, she was grabbing lightning bolts with that thing. Oh, I forgot. I forgot she did that. Maybe I've sort of repressed 1984 a little bit. But yeah, her lasso does sort of give you a lot of opportunities. You can use it as a whip. You can use it to wrap up villains. You can use it to fly, and you could even just have it as a cool side piece, like you're an old Western character. Which gotta say, I love that I love the Justice League Unlimited episode where they went to the Wild West. It was such a fun sort of crossover. I 100% would be an anti-villain. Yeah, that does give you sort of the best of both worlds in a way. Ooh, whose brain would you rather have, Bruce Wayne's or Tony Stark / Iron Man's? I'll give you guys a chance to answer that as well in the chat. Well, I almost empty this. No Drip Tom goes with Bruce, and I have to very much agree with you on that one, and I'll tell you guys why in a moment once I see a little more. I like that Bumble Fumpkins. I'd rather have their money instead. Bruce says Cold Shadow as well. Yeah, what I don't like is about Iron Man's mind is you can't really turn it off, and maybe that's why he's a bit more of an alcoholic character. Maybe he needs to do that to shut his mind off, but not YouTube. I'm not. I'm recommending that as a coping mechanism. I'm doing the exact opposite, actually. But yeah, I do like how Bruce can sort of just he's the greatest detective. He knows almost everything almost immediately, and when what he doesn't know, he goes to the other experts of DC Comics. His mind might be troubled, but like he's still one of the smartest characters in DC Comics, and he's like what a 10th level intellect or 11th level, 11th level, 11th level, 11th level. Try saying that 10 times fast. But yeah, my Batman's brain is just such an amazing thing. If being an alcoholic made me Iron Man, then I'd be him by now. Touche, touche indeed. Again, Emma, you guys are cracking me up today. It's just so much fun. I'm being on this stream. Oh, yeah, stretch. Sitting here for a short period of time can make your back stiff. So the Dan Kearns live stream also recommends stretching. But now, on to the next part of this fun live stream. What I hinted at before, the weird Batman villains list. Now, Batman has many years of history, which means that there are some villains out there who are like, kind of cringy. He's had a lot of villains over his time, as we mentioned before, like a Bat Jillion of them, as has been mentioned. And obviously, not every villain can be gotten right. Not every villain will have everyday adventures. Let's talk about the weirdest ones now. I have a fun list for you. First off, how about Colonel Blimp? Yep, there is a character who literally is named Colonel Blimp. He's a not great military villain whose big thing is captaining a blimp. I can see why DCU has not picked him up for a movie. I mean, he's sort of been lost in the lore of Batman because, again, his name is Colonel Blimp. Unrelated, but I noticed you used green screen in one of your latest videos. What software do you use to edit for that? Actually, Emma, this is interesting. I actually used my Zoom account and just made that my virtual background. I did that one originally like a long while back for a Superman skit, and then I also did a Batman versus supervillain guy one that did really well, and so I've been sort of melding that one in a little bit. I know my one Superman one didn't turn out the way I'd hoped. Some with my face being slightly blurry, but it's fun to play around with that. And just use the Hall of Justice as my background. I've never heard of Colonel Blimp, and yeah, there's a reason why. I didn't hear of him either until I started doing like wikias and checking out his overall huge amount of villains, because I knew some of them obviously, but I knew there were going to be ones that would surprise me too. It doesn't look bad. I've been wanting to do stuff, but I don't know what to use. Yeah, I'm with you there. I don't have like a dedicated studio over here, Emma, per se, so I need to sort of figure out more green screens and stuff, and as the channel grows a little bit, I guess. I'm not as tech savvy as I wished. Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, I do learn kind of fast on things, but there's definitely times where I'm like, okay, this is slightly out of my depth here. Dan Kern Studios LLC. Yeah, I definitely need my own company. That'd be really fun. So I mentioned Colonel Blimp. Who else we got on the list? Crazy Quilt. I'm sure you guys have heard of him by now. And he's actually having sort of a renaissance since his days on Brave and the Bold. But again, having a villain who's based on a blanket, it's the reason why I used him on my one state about weird Batman villains, because I I can't imagine the conversations like, okay, we got a new Batman villain. All right, hit me. It's about my grandmother's blanket. What? Crazy Quilt will put you to sleep. Yep. A guy known for weird colorful crimes is just. I mean, I'll get to actually one of the other colorful villains later and why he makes more sense to me, but this one is one of the oddest things that I think you'll see. Yeah, Crazy Quilt's just weird to me. Will you do any Invincible parodies? I actually have done one video where I had Thread show up in a message from Thread video on my channel. That's if you want to check it out, feel free. There's a little note on that one, but I did hint at Viltrumites in my Superman Krypton video as well. So yeah, they're definitely top of mind. Oh, I can't forget that I did a Jonah Jameson Invincible video as well, which was kind of fun and did decently on the channel. But yeah, from Crazy Quilt, I have to go next to Eggman. Yeah, or not Eggman. That's Sonic. Whoops. Egghead has to be next on my list too. You see, guys, this is why I do jump cuts. I mean, he can be a fun, evil mastermind. Don't get me wrong, but guys, he's named after the shape of his head. He's not overly intimidating. Like, gotta admit, even Babyface beats you in terms of intimidating their egghead. And again, there's a reason that he hasn't exactly been used in a DCU movie, in an animated movie. I'm not even sure if they used him in Brave and the Bold now that I think of it. I'll have to go back and look through that series again. Which, side note, Brave and the Bold to me is very underrated. Didn't give him tummy time. That's his origin. Yeah, unfortunately, there's some decent DC origins that just don't make a lot of sense, and that's one I'm happy that they haven't delved further into. Thanks for the air brakes there, dump truck. I'm streaming. They probably did use him in Brave and the Bold. That was one of my main introductions. Yeah, I couldn't remember because I remember Babyface. I remember Zebra Man. I remember some of the others he faced off with, but I wasn't sure if Egghead was used there. Introductions to DC. Oh, that's actually a good way because kind of like it melds some of the Adam West feel and some with the way that Dietrich Bader kind of used him in the in his own way. Oh, and we can't forget about Blast Man. Yeah, this is another one that I think you guys will probably have never heard of, and that's probably a reason for that. There's a guy who got canned at a glass factory, and he swore revenge. And the kicker is that he wears a glass helmet as his costume. I'm pretty sure that would hurt as soon as Batman punched him. At least Batman has gloves because, like, that guy's going to need some serious facial reconstruction if he once that punch lands. Oh, and some speaking of the colorful villains, you guys are probably going to be surprised about this, but I actually don't mind Polka Dot Man. He kind of, in a way, reminds me a little bit of the Spot from the Spider-Man universe. Not obviously in the way he uses powers, because portals versus the Spot's way of using those things to fling as weapons is a bit different. But to me, he's actually an interesting villain that I'd love to sort of see DC use him a tad bit more, even if he is a bit of a weird villain in terms of the ideas. Sorry, my phone is broken and it presses random letters and stuff. That's fine. That happens. I mean, I am I'm the first one to say that autocorrect commonly messes me up pretty hard. Well, yeah, I wish they didn't kill him off too. Yeah, you could have done so much with him in the DCU. He was a villain that I really sort of got to really like, and it felt like that movie even though it made sense to get rid of some of the other villains, that you had so many villains you could have used to grow your universe as well, and that includes Polka Dot Man. And as I mentioned, unlike Crazy Quilt, his sort of colorful exploits are ones that I actually think make a little more sense. I mean, his whole power is color. It's not like, I shall trap you in a blanket, Batman, and it shall be a colorful blanket. Why doesn't he be a colorful blanket? I don't know. But polka dots, that's actually a niche. That's something. If you're pitching the two characters back to back, and I had to choose one, I'd have to go with Polka Dot Man. And gotta say, one villain I've actually been considering bringing into skits on this channel has been one that you also may have heard of, may have not heard of, the Penny Plunderer. Yep, the whole reason why Batman has a giant penny, well, apparently it's not now, but to me that's really weird, because like they went from the Penny Plunderer had this giant penny he used to try to crush Batman, but now they're saying that giant penny that's in his Batcave is not the penny plunderers, which to me makes very little sense. I guess you're trying to retcon Penny Plunderer out of the universe, which I get somewhat, but again, this is one where I'm like, what's your thought process? What are you doing here? And where was I on my notes? And I mean, he's a bit of an irrelevant villain to me, which makes it much more funny. I don't know if you guys know a lot about some of the Canadian coinage, but we got rid of pennies years ago, and now pennies are no longer a circulation thing, which would make for to me would make for a really fun skit in a way. That's why I was just saying, yeah, the penny plunderer is pretty fun. I wonder how he'd react to the penny no longer being printed in the mint. Yeah, I mean, it'll be fun just to have a reaction of like, my whole thing was pennies and now it's all gone. I need to go like hoard whatever pennies are left, even though they're now entirely worthless. Maybe that should be. I guess that's close to my Superman voice. I still need to work on that. I need to find a good voice for the penny plunderer. Yeah, his whole thing is being obsessed with pennies. I mean, man, what is in the water in Gotham City, guys? I swear they've hit every single niche at this point. It would be hard for villains to find a niche that's left, which I guess is why Condiment King filled the last one. He's been hoarding pennies his entire life, and now his time has come. Yeah, that's exactly it. But yeah, guys. Anyways, this is my short list of Batman's weirdest villains. I thought I'd share this as part of our villain chat. I feel like it made a lot of sense just to tie it in with the top 10 greatest, because like now we're going from greatest to why does this villain exist? You know? And some of these weird villains actually should have a renaissance. Maybe this gives some James Gunn an idea of like, hey, maybe I take this villain, put him in a Batman movie, and hope that he gains fame. You could even do like brand new day where Tombstone had a cameo and Shocker showed up for a short bit. Just introduce guys that were part of Batman's past. But yeah, if anyone here knows of any other Batman villains that should make this weird list, feel free to let me know in the chat. Man, that's weird. Chat is over here, but to me, it's over here. It's like my live stream camera mirrors it. Maybe I'm in the mirrorverse. Help, guys! Get me out of the mirror. Oh, I guess if Mirror Master put you in a mirror, you wouldn't have to pay taxes, would you? Unless the Mirrorverse has taxes too. But then how would you figure out? Because like everything you'd read would be backwards. It just would be like it was in a dream. Hey, random pop up. Thanks for noting things. Apparently, I can make cool things with hand gestures. I'll have to delve into that further once I figure it out. You know, one interesting character I think that they should bring in would actually be Detective Chimp. I know he might be cringy, but I think he can have some really fun adventures in the DCU as well. Ooh, I forgot about the Creeper. Yeah, he's in this very weird range where it's like partially anti-hero, partially villain, kind of antagonist. So I'll allow it. It's definitely a very unique and bordering on creepy. I would have liked to see Creeper get a bit more into like the Arkham games, for example. I do uh, I do like the way that Creeper sort of interacts with the rest of the Batman lore and the Batman universe as well. It lends to a lot of fun. Stroking this magnificent beard for all times. Even though I probably need to shave soon to do a thread video. Trying to figure out what that says. What was that about the about the creeper in Justice League? Yeah, creeper. Creeper to me is like this fun mix. Like he's not like a super bad guy, but he is someone that you it's almost like a discount the Joker showing up, and some of that really messes with the Joker too. Helps show them towards the a town taken over by the Gray Man. That's good. Good point as well. But Batman, Batman can't stand him. Yeah, Creeper. He's not well liked amongst everyone in the DC realm, which is unfortunate because, like, gosh, I'd like to see him do. I'm gonna do so much more. I like his design. Yeah, he does have a really cool costume. Gotta admit, it's just something that you look at the writers and go, "How did you come up with that?" Because this just looks so. It's not a copy of anything. It's just like this sort of thrown together thing of multiple that makes the creeper sort of stand out. Very kooky, yes. He does have something that you can almost like trademark in a way. I very much agree there. Oh, and yeah, if you guys have any ideas on what you guys want to see from my live streams, I've done a few ranking now. I might do some more rankings for the next stream, or maybe I do another fan cast. Though I am considering maybe doing like a standalone fan cast first, and then delving back into like a live fan cast after that. So, as I teased earlier, a Markiplier fan cast is definitely something I've been considering doing, and I feel like he could lead to some very interesting conversation on this channel. Plus, YouTuber talking about YouTubers, so maybe that creates some fun cross-platform conversation as well. Oh, and new people who stop by, like and subscribe. Great to see you guys. Feel free to hit the join button and become a channel member as well. I do have some fun perks for anyone who joins in and supports this channel financially. By the way, hope you guys are having a spectacular day. I know it's Wednesday now, so we're halfway there, guys. Almost through the week. You're almost through your work days and everything, so you got this. This is my little bit of Dan Kearns encouragement. There we go. Need to line that up. I want to make it my signature, where I'm just like, that's my finger gun special. Maybe that should be some merch. The finger gun special. Though I would maybe need to get some artwork of my hands doing this, because otherwise just an emoji, which we can do better. And on my merch, I'm considering making a supervillain guy calendar as well. Just doing doing many frames of him in multiple fun situations that you can see every month. Because I know that someone mentioned a while back they'd like to see the calendar I have back in the fridge there as a piece of merch, and that could be fun to make. I do like making calendars, gotta say, and they're decently easy to make too. Hey, a motorcycle starting up. Right as I'm streaming too. That's fun. Oh, and is there any Batman villains you guys want to see James Gunn use for maybe his first or second Batman movie? Which Batman villain would you like to see Batman face off with first to sort of establish him in this universe? I love the Dan Kearns calendar, the Kernmander. Ooh. Damn, damn, I gotta, I gotta use that as a catchphrase now. Ooh, Killer Moth. Yeah, that's a villain that hasn't been used yet, but could make for a really fun sort of thing, especially if they do like maybe they make him like this mutated Mothman instead of like the guy who wears the classic suit. Maybe do it more like they did with Teen Titans. Man Bat could be cool too. Yeah, I can see that too. I mean, Dr. Kirk Lindstrom is a fun sort of almost like a Jekyll and Hyde storyline that really lends itself well to a Batman venture, and seeing him try to sort of overcome the mutation while Batman also tries to help him and also take him down at the same time. It's a great idea. They need to bring in Mad Hatter. Ooh, Jervis Tetch. Yeah, he hasn't been used in a long time, or well, just ever, because I only have ever seen him in the animated world. It's a shame that they never like used him in Batwoman because that the whole storyline that they did with the whole Wonderland Wonderland gang would have made perfectly for introducing this mind controlling villain. Oh, Gotham. I totally forgot about that one. He's not bad there. Yeah, Gotham had me for like the first couple seasons, and then it just kind of became procedural, and I just kind of tuned out after a bit. But maybe I need to go back and rewatch that one day, and because I do like the idea of of what they were doing with having Jim Gordon sort of rising through the ranks and becoming the commissioner that we know today. What other shows should I watch back later too? Yeah, I feel like DC has so many of them. It's there's so many little gems that that you have to kind of go back and go, was this as good or bad as I thought it was? Because you never know. Yeah, you might be surprised when you go back and rewatch something. That's what I found sometimes is like I watched Smallville back in the day. Then I kind of shelved it for a while, and then I started buying season after season, and I'm like, oh man, this thing hooked me a lot more than I even remember that I did before. But anyways, guys, this was what I had planned for today. Thanks for being here. It was great to have you on the stream. I'm going to close it off here for now and have a great day, all of you. Hope you guys. Before I go though, I like Gotham. Now thinking now it has similar problems to the new DCU. Everyone's old before the main hero shows up, and there's no mention of Alan Scott. Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, they kind of just they brought the villains on way too early. You had Catwoman already. You had some the Riddler. You had some the Penguin. So Emma, I definitely agree with you there. And with that, again, I'm closing this off. Emma, thanks for Emma a great conversation. Emma, it was great to see you. See you all. Have a wonderful day.